In the mid-1800s, the Ottoman Empire was crumbling, earning the nickname the sick man of Europe. This decline drew the attention of ambitious powers, especially Russia, eager to expand south and claim influence as protector of Orthodox Christians. Tensions flared over control of holy sites in Jerusalem. France backed Catholics, Russia the Orthodox. The Ottoman Sultan's attempts at compromise only deepened the crisis. Russia demanded the right to protect all Orthodox subjects, a move the Ottomans refused. Britain and France, fearing Russian dominance of the Dardanelles and threats to their trade, watched with alarm. When Russia occupied Ottoman territory in the Danubian principalities, Britain and France allied with the Ottomans, not out of charity but to check Russian power. In 1853, the Ottomans declared war on Russia. By 1854, Britain and France joined in. What began as a dispute over religious sites quickly escalated into a major European conflict. The real stakes were control of trade routes and the balance of power. The war would soon shift to the remote Crimean Peninsula, far from the original spark. A powder keg had been lit, and Europe was about to explode. The Crimean War had begun. The main battleground was Crimea, where the Allies aimed to capture Russia's naval base at Sevastopol. In September 1854, British, French and Ottoman troops landed and won the Battle of the Alma, pushing Russian forces back. The Allies then began the grueling siege of Sevastopol, which dragged on for nearly a year. Soldiers faced relentless artillery, brutal winters and rampant disease. More died from illness than combat. The siege became a test of endurance, with both sides suffering heavy losses. At Balaclava, the British Thin Red Line and the Heavy Brigade held off Russian attacks, but disaster loomed. The siege finally ended in September 1855, after the French captured the Malakoff Redoubt. The Russians abandoned Sevastopol, sinking their fleet as they retreated. The Allies' victory came at a staggering human cost. The fall of Sevastopol opened the door to peace talks. The war's bloodiest chapter was over. The Crimean War was shaped by remarkable individuals. British commander Lord Raglan, a veteran of earlier wars, struggled to adapt and died before the conflict ended. Florence Nightingale, the Lady with the Lamp, revolutionized battlefield nursing, slashing death rates through sanitation and organization. Her work transformed nursing into a respected profession and pioneered the use of statistics in healthcare. On the Russian side, engineer Eduard Totlebin masterminded Sevastopol's defenses, frustrating Allied attacks for months. Among the defenders was a young Leo Tolstoy, whose harrowing experiences inspired his later literary masterpieces. The war's legacy was not just in battles, but in the people who endured and changed history. Their actions would echo far beyond Crimea. The human cost and heroism defined the war as much as any victory or defeat. The charge of the Light Brigade at Balaclava became the war's most legendary and tragic moment. Miscommunication and rivalry among British commanders sent 670 cavalrymen charging straight into Russian artillery. The order was vague, the target unclear, but the Light Brigade advanced into a deadly crossfire. Against all odds, they reached the Russian guns but suffered devastating losses. Only about 195 men returned. The charge achieved nothing militarily, but its story of courage and blunder captured the world's imagination. It became a symbol of both the bravery of ordinary soldiers and the failures of their leaders. The Valley of Death entered legend, immortalized in poetry and memory. The charge of the Light Brigade remains a cautionary tale of war's chaos. Its legacy endures far beyond the battlefield. The war ended in 1856 with the Treaty of Paris. Russia was checked, the Black Sea neutralized, and the Ottoman Empire's survival temporarily assured. Yet the cost was staggering. Tens of thousands died, most from disease, exposing deep flaws in military organization. For the first time, war reporting brought the brutal reality home, fueling public outrage and demands for reform. Florence Nightingale's work sparked a revolution in nursing and hospital care. The army began to modernize, ending the sale of commissions and improving training and logistics. The war shattered old alliances and the concert of Europe, sowing seeds for future conflicts. The Crimean War's lessons reshaped European politics and military practice. Its echoes would be felt in the unification of Italy and Germany and in every modern war that followed. A distant conflict had changed the world. The cannons of Crimea still reverberate through history.